Blake Lively has won her case against Justin Baldoni. Stop the madness. Stop the panic. The spread of panic and the madness that is going on the internet is absolutely crazy. Before everything goes to crap and you all lose your mind, I'm gonna hit you with the highlights. First things first, the motion to dismiss has been granted, but wait. The Wayfair parties have leave to file a second amended complaint by June 23rd, amending only the allegations relevant to claims of tortious interference with contract and breach of implied covenant. The motions to strike are denied. The motion to strike being denied is noteworthy because even if this case was to go away and never come back, Brian Friedman can still bring it up at trial during Blake's case because it's not stricken from the record. He can still bring up the fact that, oh, we had our objections about this bullshit back in the day. Well, like a year ago if we're at trial next year. The motions for fees and damages pursuant to New York civil law also denied without prejudice. So people saying Justin has to pay Blake, no. That motion is denied. She can file again, but for right now is denied. The main thing I want everybody to understand is there is still a trial very much going on. This motion being granted does not mean Justin Baldoni SH Blake Lively. There is multiple cases going on. Blake Lively's case saying Justin Baldoni SH her is still very much alive. She still has to prove that March of 2026. Justin Baldoni filing this after Blake filed that was just gonna be the cherry on top because you defamed him, you gotta pay him damages. Right now, this case is stalled at best. At worst, it doesn't come back alive. If it doesn't come back alive, that doesn't mean nothing. Blake still has to go to court in March and prove to a jury that Justin Baldoni in fact did SH her. She can't do that. Justin and his team started out throwing everything and the kitchen sink at Blake and her team. The judge is just saying, that's a bit much. I need you to tone it down and come back to me with something I can really work with. I know TMZ and other people are reporting the judge threw the case out with prejudice, and that's very disappointing to me. And if you're still getting your news about this from TMZ, I don't know what to tell you. At that point, it's on you. If you look through the entire 132-page document, there's no point in which the judge says anything is with prejudice. The New York Times are the only ones who really actually won anything because the court is pretty much absolving them of the defamation aspect of things because they wrote their article with Blake Lively's information. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna go back and read everything and come back with you guys after I know more, but the panic is crazy. Calm down. Blake Lively cried with relief after Justin Baldoni's lawsuit dismissal. She feels vindicated. Many people who don't follow this case or don't know anything about it calls this case the Justin Baldoni lawsuit. Like they call it one thing. They don't realize Justin Baldoni's case against Blake Lively has nothing to do with Blake Lively's initial claim against Justin Baldoni. There is still a case going on. She still has to prove she was SH'd. This is what pisses me off, and this is what I knew she was gonna do. If you're just taking headlines, you're gonna go on Blake Lively's story and you're gonna believe she won something. Last week, I stood proudly alongside 19 organizations united in defending women's right to speak up for their safety. Like so many others, I felt the pain of a retaliatory lawsuit, including the manufactured shame that tries to break us. While the suit against me was defeated, so many don't have the resources to fight back. More resolved than ever to continue to stand for every woman's right to have a voice in protecting themselves, including their safety, their integrity, their dignity, and their story. There are protections out there. Check out some of the incredible organizations below for resources and information. With love and gratitude for the many who stood by me. Many of you I know, many of you I don't, but I will never stop appreciating or advocating for you. B. First of all, before y'all fall prey to this bullshit, I want to break something down to you. The judge made his decision based on regular privileges anybody could have afforded. The judge is saying there's not enough there for me to believe she's really trying to defame you with malice. I understand your position. I understand she's not a good person. I understand she tried to use SH claims to get stuff on your movie, but that does not equal this. Her trying to make this little note and make it seem like, oh, these organizations, at least Dorsey didn't do shit for you. These organizations didn't do anything for her case. Now, I am in no way, shape, or form saying these organizations are not great or cannot be great for people who are really going through something. I'm just saying these organizations didn't do shit for her. I want to continue to say there are about 100 cases going on within this case. Now, honestly, she won the battle. She didn't win the war. She won like a subset of this case. Justin proving that defamation and winning defamation was always going to be a long shot because anybody would tell you defamation is one of the biggest things to prove. But her trying to make it seem like she's won this entire thing based off of this is absolutely bonkers. And that is why you got to stay vigilant. That's why you got to do your own research. And I cannot wait. I actually cannot wait. Now that the ball is quite literally kind of in her court, I can't wait to see how this ends. Of course, by now, everybody has heard that the judge in Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively's case has dismissed his defamation lawsuit. I want to be honest, there is the very real possibility that we're going to wake up one of these days and Blake Lively would have released a statement saying she's withdrawing her complaints. She's dropping her case. She's actually good now, right? She doesn't want to go through this anymore. The pain is too much. It's too much to bear. Her kids can't go through this. Her husband can't go through this. She's just tired. All of a sudden, I'm doing this for women. I'm doing this to make sure like women cannot be silenced, and everything goes out the window. She becomes the ultimate victim who has gone through a lot, who has gotten Justin's case against her dropped, and she just threw right off in the sunset because now she doesn't have to answer to anybody. She doesn't have to prove she was SH, and Justin doesn't get to have any room to defend himself or to clear his name. There is that real possibility. And in the same breath, though, I don't worry about that for me, because I hope by now, if you've been following me or anybody else covering this case, you know enough to know the truth, right? You've equipped yourself with enough knowledge to know what's what, to where if that was to ever happen, you're like, of course. I fear more for the people who are waiting to hear from a judge, who are waiting to hear verdicts from a jury to make their, stands. And they're going to hear that and be like, oh my God, poor woman. She suffered so much that she gave up. Poor woman. She couldn't even go through. Rather than the truth of, you manipulative bitch. And that's just how I feel about it. So it is unfortunate. And it is kind of sad when you think about it that way. I hope to God that doesn't happen. But it would be unrealistic to not say that out loud. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. I do pray, though, that Blake Lively is as arrogant and has the hubris that I know she has and continues to stick with this, because that's the only way we get to see a courtroom. So let me know what you guys think about that. And it's not to discourage anybody. It's not to make anybody sad. It's just the truth.